Netflix just dropped the first teaser for Cyberpunk Edgerunners Season 2, and almost everyone is talking about the new characters. But after reading thousands of comments and fan theories, I noticed something much more interesting. Almost nobody is asking the obvious questions. Instead, the community is already convinced this season is going to emotionally destroy them all over again. The strange part? We've only seen around a minute of footage. So what exactly did Studio Trigger hide inside this teaser that made fans react this way? The biggest clue isn't actually a character. It's the decision to completely abandon David Martinez. At first, that sounds risky. David became one of anime's most beloved protagonists, and Lucy is still one of the franchise's most popular characters. Bringing them back would have been the safest possible choice. Instead, Trigger is doing the exact opposite. They're telling an entirely new story, with an entirely new crew. That sounds like a gamble until you remember one thing. Edgerunners was never about David. David was simply one victim of Night City. His story proved a rule that every Cyberpunk fan already knows. Legends don't survive here. By refusing to undo his ending, Trigger is protecting the very reason Season 1 became unforgettable. That decision suddenly makes another detail in the teaser much more interesting. The mysterious kid carrying the camcorder. Out of every new face shown, this character immediately became one of the biggest discussion points online. Why is someone recording everything instead of fighting? Is he documenting another Edgerunner crew before they fall apart? Is he just an observer? Or is the camera itself central to the story? Trigger barely shows him, yet fans are already building entire theories around his role. When one of the least explained characters becomes the most discussed, you know the trailer did something right. Then there are the new crew members themselves. Fans have already nicknamed one of them Cyberpunk Sasuke, while others believe the heavily chromed mercenaries shown throughout the teaser are already functioning cyber psychos. Normally, these character theories would dominate every discussion, but this time, something else completely overshadowed them. Instead of asking who these people are, fans immediately started asking a much darker question: who's dying first? That's honestly incredible when you think about it. Most franchises spend their marketing trying to convince audiences to fall in love with the new cast. Cyberpunk somehow created the opposite effect. Before anyone even knows these characters' names, viewers are already emotionally preparing themselves to lose them. That's not because the teaser shows their deaths. It's because Studio Trigger earned a level of trust that's incredibly rare. Fans genuinely believe the writers will make them care first and then rip their hearts out. Another fascinating detail is the visual style itself. The VHS-inspired shots aren't just there because they look cool. A camera records memories, evidence, history, things that already happened. If that visual language continues throughout the series, it could mean we're watching another tragedy unfold through someone's recordings instead of experiencing events in real time. It might simply be an artistic choice, or it could become one of the biggest storytelling devices of the season. Either way, it immediately caught the community's attention. What's even more impressive is how little Trigger actually revealed. They didn't explain the plot, they didn't reveal the main conflict, they didn't even tell us much about the new crew. Yet within hours, millions of people were already making theories, creating fan art, debating character roles, and somehow preparing themselves for another emotional disaster. That's incredibly difficult marketing to pull off. Most trailers generate questions. This one generated emotions. And maybe that's the biggest reason the teaser is already succeeding. Fans aren't returning because they expect another action anime. They're returning because they trust Studio Trigger to make them care about complete strangers all over again. If Season 1 taught us anything, it's that in Night City, surviving isn't what makes someone legendary. It's the story they leave behind. Judging by this teaser, Season 2 is about to introduce another group of dreamers chasing impossible futures in the most dangerous city imaginable. And if the community's reaction is any indication, most fans already know exactly how that story ends.